A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Raheem. By the grace of Allah that we are still in existence, that taking a path in which to be nothing, and that Allah's rahmah to dress us and bless us. And that always a reminder for myself that our life is about being from the people of the cave. Allah described them that what was in store for them in their world was from shaitan. They took a life in which they ran from that shaitan, and that Allah said, "Run to the cave that I may shower my mercy upon you." Alhamdulillah, reminder of that mercy is the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. When Allah wants to bestow a rahmah, He sends rahmatan lil alameen. When Allah wants to bestow a mercy, He bestows the love of Sayyidina Muhammad upon the heart. This is from the realities of malakut. The malakut is the sultanate of Allah. We live a life to serve Prophet to be of service to Sayyidina Muhammad, and Allah then begin to teach us that be from Ashab al-Kahf, and they are the placeholders. Means the highest reality is the Muhammadan reality. 7 sleepers, 1 guardian at the gate, known to us as Qitmir. They say, "We don't know the number." No, they know the number, of course they know the number. This is a tremendous reality. If they don't know it, they don't know it. It doesn't mean it's unknown. So 7 and 1 means that what they want us to understand is that everything is a placeholder for the zuhur of Sayyidina Muhammad. So then those 7 have a secret within the heart of Prophet. That's why you see the number continuing always. Nabi Musa had 12 tribes. Why? Because Nabi Musa is a reflection of Sayyidina Muhammad, and Prophet has 12 Imams. There are 12 Ahlul Bayt that hold the secret of Prophet. There are 12 holy companions who carry the siddiqiyya face of that reality, and 12 moons means everything Allah describes is perfectly numbered. So they want us to know the highest reality is the arrival of Prophet. When Prophet comes, the sultan has arrived. Now every reality was a reflection of that reality. Run to the cave of Allah which is the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. What is a'udhu billah? How are you going to seek refuge from shaitan unless you're running towards Rahman? Means then the easiest way to run towards Rahman is you make durood al-Sharif on Prophet. Prophet said, "Remember me once, Allah sends my soul to praise you 10 times." So if you're continuously making durood al-Sharif, you are continuously in the cave of Allah because presence of Prophet is in front of us. You may not see it, but ask anybody from Ahl Haqqaiq and their students, they feel it. They feel a paradise all around them, they feel a tranquility all around them, they feel a sense of love and fragrance. If now they have many difficulties in their personal lives, but when they come to the center of that reality, to the presence of their shaykh and the zawiyas, they feel the peace. Why? What peace is that? This is the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, because you have entered now into the presence of Ashiqeen, that their love is immense. As a result, Prophet always with them, continuous nazar upon them, continuous lights upon them, continuous faiz upon them, continuous blessings upon them, because their entire being is in love with Sayyidina Muhammad. Prophet promises that, you be with whom you love. Master your love, cut everything else out of your love except for the love of Allah and His Rasul. Every other love will disappoint you. Oh, you put a lot of emphasis on your spouses, they're going to disappoint you. You put a lot of love on other things and other people, they're going to disappoint you. And because they don't have the correct love, when they become disappointed they say, "Shaykh, we're heartbroken." Because Allah described, "I created no one with two hearts." Keep your love for Allah's Divinely Presence, that will never let you down. And keep the love, if you want the extension of Allah's Divinely Presence, put your love upon Prophet and taught the companions that your faith is if you love me more than you love yourself. Our struggle is how to increase the love of Prophet and take away the love of myself. If you want to increase the love of Prophet then be a khidmah, be of service. Be of service to that love and to that way, and then it brings a fragrance and a perfection within our lives.
Almost 150,000 Canadians a year will use a homeless shelter. These people need food, clothing, and access to basic hygiene. Fatima Zahra Helping Hand is a non-profit organization with the goal of helping the underprivileged in Canada. Along with our active support for recent immigrants and refugees, one of our ongoing initiatives is to feed and clothe the homeless. For more than a decade, we have provided hundreds of thousands of hot meals to some of the most vulnerable and needy. We continue these efforts with several monthly initiatives. For more information or to donate, please visit our website, nurmuhammad.com.
They begin to teach them this reality of Ashab al-Kahf and the reality of the cave that Allah describing that they sought into the cave and they were turning right, then they would turn left because to avoid the sun not to burn. This is a deep reality that when you enter into that cave, what Allah wants from you to be a sleeper. You're not going to have peace until you submit. So then the Ashab al-Kahf are teaching that we went into the cave, what gives us our status was the state of sleeping, otherwise Allah would have described the sleepers, the people of the cave as they were sitting and conversing and talking and having a good time. You say they were having a party inside the cave. No. Allah is describing like a state of fana. They were like dead. You want to enter in and enter into this state of taslim with the love of Sayyidina Muhammad Prophet going to have a condition, submit. My holy companions, they lead the example for all nations. They were the nation of samina wa ata'na. We heard and we obeyed. Every other nation questioned everything from their Prophet. Why? Why this? Why that? Why this cow? Why that cow? Why this red? Why this white? Prophet had trained his companions in ihtiba and obedience. Companions are holding the reality of Ashab al-Kahf that they come and teach us that enter into this state of like sleeping in which are in taslim and submit. And the most difficult part of submission is to hear and to obey, to hear what they want, ihtiba and obey. That's why atiullah, ati-Rasul wa ulul amri minkum, so that shaitan can't play with you. Obey Allah. If you're not able to reach that reality, obey Sayyidina Muhammad. If you cannot reach to Sayyidina Muhammad then you are under an authority to obey ulul amri minkum. There is no if, and or what, it's to obey the ulul amr. So then the whole ocean of ihtiba is to open this reality, Ya Rabbi I want to be from Ashab al-Kahf. Means fill yourself with the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. These ulul amr, they are waiting to bring you in to this characteristic. So what Qitmir, the dog given as example. Qitmir comes and teaches, they were throwing rocks at me. So before we can get into the cave, holy people, they're going to throw rocks at you. You're going to be tested. You're going to be tested with your character. Things will come that you're not really appreciating, not understanding, no why he treated me like this, why he said like this, why he's like this, why like that. Why were they throwing rocks at the dog? If we're going to the cave and bringing this najas dog with us, he's going to eat us. So Allah tests the dog and you see he's not like what you think. So then testing, they test and they test. Our life was about being tested and is about being tested. Throw a rock at you and see if you open your mouth, say something bad, make a comment that's not correct. You are in the presence of the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. There's no permission to say anything bad, there's no permission to make any type of comment, there's no permission to criticize anything in that environment because that's the exact sickness they want you to see. Why do you come and judge Allah's creation? It is the only shirk that we should be scared of. There's no shirk in which you're going to think that this is Buddha and you're going to worship it. He said, I fear for my nation the hidden shirk. What's the hidden shirk? Judging Allah's creation. Because judgment only for Allah. Allah knows His servants. There are hidden servants of Allah everywhere. To come and say, this is adab of the kingdom, not the barn. And in the kingdom, watch your tongue, watch what you say, watch what you comment, watch what you're thinking. Allah present, Prophet is present, awliyaullah are present. Means these are the characteristics that the turuq comes to perfect. They perfect all the bad manners, all the bad characteristics, that when you place judgment then you are making a big shirk with Allah, and that you have to be most scared of, not worry about everybody else, what they're doing, what they're eating, what they look like, what they're dressed like. Allah only going to ask you about you and your grave. So the turuqs come and teach us that perfect your character, perfect your character. Ya Rabbi, I want to be like them, then we're going to throw rocks, we're going to test you, test you, test you, until Allah gave a tongue to the dog. He stood up, said, no matter how much you throw rocks at me, I'm not changing. I'm going to come with you and I'll be of service to guard the gate, to guard the cave. Allah giving us that anything najas, anything that is bad, I can bless it, don't worry about that. Give everybody hope. There's no judgment, this one is bad, this one is this one is that. Allah said, I took a dirty dog and put him in a position of authority that you can't even imagine. That they came to look at the cave, the haiba and the tajalli on the dog scared everybody. Allah said, if I can do for a dog, can I do for you? I can clean and bless anything, but I want good character. And the whole tariq comes and teaches, be tame, be polite, be correct. Worry about yourself, worry about your heart, worry about your condition, worry about your family, worry about your life, put your affairs into order and everything will begin to open.
Welcome to Rumi Rose Garden Cafe. We offer an exclusive line of more than 40 teas, custom blended with ingredients from around the world. Rumi also offers an excellent locally roasted Italian coffee and other hot beverages.
Ashab al-Kahf begin to teach these position and these seven, they represent the Divinely face of Allah. These are seven attributes that govern our existence throughout this universe. 1 attribute, 2 attribute, 3 attribute, 4 attribute, 5 attribute, 6 attribute, 7th attribute of Allah. 7 names of Allah. These are an eternal reality and our life is to receive their faiz. Our life is to dressed by those lights and those blessings. Allah said, I want for you the highest reality of this cave. Follow the way and the characteristics of being tested and being patient, being calm, have good character. Learn to say nothing, fight against yourself, come against all your bad desires. As soon as these Ashab al-Kahf begin to dress you, these 7 will dress you from these attributes of Allah. As-Sami al-Basir, Alim al-Qadir, Nur al-Hayy. Means that all of these lights from seeing, from Allah's attribute of seeing, from Allah's attributes of hearing, from Allah's attributes of Al-Alim, of ancient knowledges, Allah's attributes of Al-Qadir that power your tongue. All these attributes will begin to dress the servant from these 7 Ashab al-Kahf. And this is a position in which is an eternal reality, and that every time one of the 7 is, a new wali will be put onto that place and to sit at that position. And upon this earth those 7 must always be upon this earth. Taking from that attribute of Allah from Prophet and reflecting that down onto the earth and to insan. Means our life is to reach to these realities, to be dressed by these realities. These are not something small. Make intention, Ya Rabbi, I want to be in that cave, I want to be with those who know that reality. They must have some sort of connection with that cave, and our life is to be inside that cave. And they begin to teach, oh your tafakkur, oh your contemplation is to open up your reality. These awliya from that cave, they're responsible. If you want, their nazar will be upon you and begin to test. We'll dress you from al-Basir, take it away in which your eyes are continuously closed. Be somebody who meditates and continuously trying to open. Then the other one will come to teach, you want to hear, then close off the hearing of your ears and hear through your heart. Keep the company of these shaykhs because they're going to perfect all of these attributes. You want Allah's qadir and power, then be careful of how you breathe and what you breathe, be conscious of that breath. Your life is about every breath. There's Allah's force in everything. That force is known as Hu. So that the attribute of Hu is everywhere. When they begin to train you with your breath, that you're bringing in from Sifat al-Qadir. Your breath is a powered breath by Allah. How you can contaminate it and be next to somebody who wants to burn themselves and put fire upon themselves? Or how can you be with somebody and says that, no he's a this and this but he's smoking? You can't. So it means these characteristics have to be taken off and taken away, so that insan understand your perfection is not in women, weddings and wudu. Sifat al-Alim, Allah's ancient knowledge is to be bestowed upon the servant. As-Sami al-Basir, that He wants to open the hearing and the seeing. Alim al-Qadir, Nur and Hayy, Nur and Hayy. And when all of these are opening, then they begin to bestow a nur on you, a light from Allah's Divinely lights. If you are then from the sifat of light, then they begin to dress you from the oceans of al-Hayat. Means you've been dressed from sifat al-Rahman, which is nur. Sifat al-Rahim is the attribute of Hayy. Allah then dressing you from Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And then the last and most powerful al-Muqtadir, that you are a reflection of the Qadir that coming from your heart and that you're reflecting these lights upon humanity and you are qamarun. Ahlul Bayt and Ashab al-Nabi they are qamarun, they are the full moons of the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad, and we pray that Allah dress us, bless us, and to reach for something far greater than what we understand. InshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al Mustafa wa bi sirri Surat al Fatiha.